good YouTube? It's boy Torie Sama back in the video. Today we got proving Michael Jordan is the GOAT without a single scoring stat. I seen this video. It was not requested by anybody, but I just seen it while scrolling on YouTube, and I was like, this video looks interesting. Because it's a little different than we've been watching when it comes to showing stats. We're gonna have a video of highlights. But don't worry, we're going to show some Braun highlights too, though. Eventually, don't worry, he is.
60th points. He's got him. 60 points for Jordan. Jordan ties the game. Oh, boy. 63 points, and you're looking at an all-time record. For the shot clock and the game clock, Jordan, yes! And Michael Jordan with 55 points for the second highest total in an NBA Finals game. Oh, my God, stop.
For real, just stop with the scoring highlights and numbers. It's not fair that no one can...
If I was the only one that he got, I thought this video was going to be like this the whole time, low key, but I like that. I like that first 30 seconds. I like how he did that.
Match Jordan's scoring prowess. It's not fair that he broke all those records during the defensive era of the NBA. It's simply not fair that no one from this weak defensive era can match his scoring output. In all seriousness, we all know how legendary of a scorer he was. That was his biggest strength, but that doesn't mean that was his only strength. Scoring isn't the only reason why many basketball experts believe he's the GOAT. So I'm going to answer the challenge and not mention a single scoring stat for this video. Little do they know.
If he could prove, if this man right here cannot bring up a single scoring stat and prove to me for real, like, that Jordan's the GOAT, I bet.
This will only make his GOAT case stronger. Let's start with the total opposite of scoring, playing defense. Michael Jordan took that role as seriously as scoring the ball. That's why he was able to obtain so many defensive accolades and records. He is unquestionably one of the greatest perimeter defenders of all time.
I ain't gonna lie, bro. That is something that kind of won me over a little bit, because me, when I play basketball, I like to score too, but I also love to play defense, bro. And I hate when I have teammates that don't like to play defense, bro, because, like, that's part of the game too. Like, getting scored on, it don't matter if you score 2 points, but then your man come down and score 2 points too. Like, you can't be trading buckets. It doesn't work like that. You gotta lock him up and give him buckets. That's the way to win. So I like that. I'm not gonna lie, I like that.
He has 9 All-NBA defensive first-team selections. That is an all-time record that he shares with Gary Payton, Kobe Bryant, and Kevin Garnett. Let's move to the steals department. He's 3rd all-time in career steals per game and 4th in career steals. Now, what about blocks? That is a stat that is dominated by centers and forwards. Guards just don't have an impact on that aspect of the game. That's a statement that can't be said about Jordan. He has the most career blocks by any guard ever. Now let's talk about advanced metrics, more specifically, defensive win shares. This is another metric that is dominated by big men. In fact, only 3 guards appear in the top 30 for career defensive win shares. Among those players is Michael Jordan. He is 21st all time and 3rd among all guards. The 2 guards ahead of him is John Stockton, who played 432 more games, and Jason Kidd, who played 319 more games. So let me get this straight. The record 9 All-NBA defensive first-team selections proves that he's one of the greatest...
Yo, he's strapping him up, though. That's bad. Who is this?
Individual defensive...
You know what the plumber debate thing, too? The thing about the plumber debate, like, Jordan wasn't making it better because he was dominating crazy and he was locking them up. Like, look at this. And a lot of rules, like, I've been reading y'all comments and, like, how, like, I used to think that, like, the dribbling back in the day was just trash, but, like, I've been reading the comments. My dad was talking to me about it, too. But, like, players back then, like I was saying, like, you had to protect the ball. And that's what, like, even when I played basketball, like, my coach always talked body, protect the ball. Like, you had to do that. That's what they were doing. They were protecting the ball because they couldn't carry and travel as much as now. But Jordan locking this dude up, whoever this is not making the plumber debate better because he's making him look trash, but he's not.
First-team selections proves that he's one of the greatest individual defenders. finishing the top 5 in career steals, and finishing number 1 in blocks among guards confirms that. Then the fact that he's 3rd among guards in career defensive win shares is just a cherry on top. The numbers say that he's one of the most valuable defensive assets a team could ever have. And yet, I still don't think this is enough. So let's get some testimonials from players who witnessed his defensive greatness. Let's start with a former teammate, BJ Armstrong. He mentioned this to ESPN back in 2020. Quote, "In my mind, Michael was actually a defensive player who also happened to be an exceptionally talented offensive player. In many ways, he knew the game on that side of the ball better. The way he moved, anticipated, and invented ways to score based off what he saw on the defensive end. He never cheated the process." End of quote. Then we have what Christian Laettner said to Dan Patrick in 2024.
"My first impression of Jordan and my lasting impression of Jordan is how much effort he put forth on the defensive end. Michael Jordan was the greatest defender also. And look at the effort Kobe Bryant put forth on the defensive end. And that's where the differences are made."
We mentioned the stats and testimony.
I love defense, bruh. Kobe, I used to watch Kobe and Jordan's defensive highlights when I was in high school to get better at playing defense.
We also have individual accolades that he won. For example, he won the Defensive Player of the Year award in 1988.
Check it out. You can compare car insurance options.
Bro,
Are you a lonely man with
the
nothing
video
going
was
on?
getting
Why
good
not
and they
learn
out here
code?
trying to show me
DevSops is the
ads.
only coding academy out there that teaches you how to.
Recent events have caused many detractors to question if he was truly deserving of winning that award. This hasn't fazed me one bit. Here's what I know. In 1986, when Jordan missed nearly 80% of the season, the Bulls had the worst defensive rating in the league. In the following year, they jumped all the way up to 11th. And in 1988, they had the 3rd best defensive rating. Michael Jordan deserves all the credit for that improvement. Here's why. In 1987 and 1988, he led his team in steals and blocks. Let me say that again. A shooting guard was their best rim protector while also creating easy offense with his steals. He did that for 2 straight seasons.
Yo, that's why Jordan was scoring a lot too, though. He was getting steals and like easy buckets. Jordan, you're cheesy, bro. What's up with you?
You realize how rare it is for a guard.
He thought he was gonna go for that too.
Do you realize how rare it is for a guard to be the team leader of those stats?
Give me that.
If they gifted him a few undeserving steals to his stat sheet, who cares? That doesn't change the fact that he was unquestionably their most valuable defensive player. I could stop right here and you would hear everything you would need to know to debunk such an asinine statement. Michael Jordan was much more than just a great scorer. You could even say that he was just as good of a defender. That's what made him the greatest two-way player of all time. But stopping here would be a disservice to the GOAT, because there is so much more to his game that needs to be addressed. For example, he was always considered one of the best all-around players in the league throughout his playing career.
Bruh, I need to see some PG Jordan highlights. That's what I'm thinking about. I'm gonna have to watch some point guard Jordan highlights.
We all know what he accomplished on the defensive end. Now let's take a look at the offensive end. We're going to be looking to the 1984/85 season, Jordan's rookie year, to the 1997/98 season, Jordan's last year with the Bulls. During that span, here are the number of times that player averaged at least 6 rebounds and 5 assists in a season. The player with the most is Clyde Drexler. He did it 10 times. Next up is Scottie Pippen. He did it 8 times. Third on that list is Michael Jordan. He did it 7 times. He did it as many times as Larry Bird, who also did it 7 times. The next player up is Magic Johnson, who did it 6 times. So if you take away the scoring, Jordan was still contributing in many other ways. Let's keep in mind that the 80s and 90s were different times in the NBA. Positionless players were not something that existed during that era. Every player had a role. If you were in the front court, your job was to grab rebounds and block shots. If you were the point guard, your job was to facilitate. If you were the shooting guard, there weren't going to be many opportunities to boost your numbers in those categories. Players such as Michael and Clyde Drexler were the exception. They had the necessary skills to excel in everything. If you look at each season of his playing career, he was consistently one of the highest. If you look at each season
Jordan 2s
of his playing career, he was consistently one of the highest producing rebounders and facilitators for his position. We're talking right out of the gate in his rookie season. He finished first among shooting guards in rebounds. In 1989, he finished first for his position in assists. In 1993, he was once again first in rebounds. And in 1998, he finished first in rebounds for his position.
Jordan was really just out there playing his hardest every game for sure. You could tell. 82 games, averaging. Like, he was just playing his hardest, bro. And he was talented. Like, this is like, I see Jordan and players like these, like this is a combination of just hard work and talent to the max. Like, you just put it all together and you max it out. This is what, like, Jordan is, bro. Really, though.
Don't be fooled by the numbers. The 80s and 90s were a different time. Even with the limited opportunities to contribute in other facets of the game, he still found a way to get hits. In many ways, it was much more difficult to be an all-around player during that time. If he played during this era or the 60s era, his numbers would also be inflated. But if you look closely at his game and the numbers, you'll see how great he was at every aspect of the game. He just also happens to be the greatest scorer and greatest playoff performer. You mix that with the sixth greatest scorer and greatest playoff performer. You mix that with his 6-0 finals record, and you'll get the greatest player of all time. That is how you successfully defeat a challenge. Can you all do the same? Comment below on why my...
Hey man, if y'all enjoyed that video, like, comment, and subscribe. And I'll give y'all more videos like this where I maybe find something and I drop it, or just like, I don't know. This is just a good video. I feel like it was a good video selection. But thank y'all for commenting on that last video. Thank you guys for the support you guys been showing. I really appreciate it. Let's get to, I'm trying to get to 5K subs next month, by the end of this month. So let's get, you know what I'm saying, hit that sub button, hit that like button, comment, share the video, turn on post notifications. It's your boy Torie. I'm out.